Hey everybody, it's your girl Bondy Blue, and I want you to check out Bondy's Boutique and get some of my merch, y'all. I've added some new things like my mermaid cups and the mermaid tees, and also the Shake Them Tits mugs. All right, you asked for it and you got it. Check out Bondy's merch at Bondy's Boutique. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue. And I am back for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, y'all. Let's just go ahead and get straight into it, okay? So, the episode starts off with Tokyo, all right? Tokyo said she feel bad about kicking Sierra ass out her apartment, you know, a little bit. But she got to show these hoes that she could lose this weight. So she go and talk to a trainer and a nutritionist that Shay Mack hooked her up with over at the gym, okay? And when they sit down to talk, they basically discuss the things that she should and shouldn't be eating. And like a true New Orleans girl, she love her hot Cheetos, she love her hot fries, okay? You love fried food, you love heavily seasoned food, you love, you know, just real rich food. That's just how we be down here. It's very hard to stay away from certain types of foods when you live in a place that's all about the fucking food. And when she was talking about she gotta have her Capri Suns and her fruit roll-ups, I was like, but bitch, what about the Gushers? Look, let me stop. That's the way we ate as kids. I don't really eat like that no more. I refuse to buy fruit roll-ups. Okay, I'd rather just eat regular fruit. That's, you know, one thing that should stick to my teeth. I ain't got time for those types of dental bills. That's too much, okay? Capri Suns, yeah, me and Larry will once in a while get us a box of Capri Suns and put them bitches in the fridge. They be off the chain, but you know what? We grown. And at the end of the day, I'd rather you just pick up some Simply fruit juice or some Simply lemonade or something in a sweet tea and put it in a big ass cup. Ain't nobody got time for all of them little bitty ass Capri Suns, okay? But so I understand Tokyo, okay? I understand. I just want y'all to know. Now, the trainer says that Shay Mack obviously was worried about Tokyo and her weight loss journey when she hooked them up together, and you know, just about her health in general. Y'all know she keep talking about how she ain't never had this, she ain't never had that. And it's like, Tokyo, you 24, sis. Like, that's why. I didn't have any issues when I was young either, for the most part. And eventually, once you hit 30 or in your late 20s, things will start to happen because you're not treating your body the way you should be. It's just, it is what it is at the end of the day, okay? You're still a beautiful girl. I think that she could do it. I think she could lose a little weight because the last thing you want to see is for her to continue to get bigger and bigger, and then she can't walk and move around how she wants to, and we don't want it to get to that point. But Tokyo's thing is, she doesn't want to hear about weight loss from anybody that's had surgery, and that includes Sierra and whoever else didn't have surgery. I don't think she's talking about Shay Mack, but for all I know, Shay Mack could have had her titties done, and that's surgery too. But I feel like when you work out, you can't do nothing for your titties. Like, you can lift them a little bit, but if you got saggy titties, there's no amount of doing push-ups that's gonna make that skin not still sag. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least from what I understand. I could be wrong, but from what I understand, once the titties is deflated, the titties is deflated, and you gotta go ahead and get them things set up again like Mimi did. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. So let's move on to Shay Mack and her baby daddy. Her baby daddy name is Made Man, okay? He's a rapper, of course. And she has a baby by this nigga. They co-parenting, but it seem like they together, but it doesn't seem like a serious relationship. It doesn't seem like marriage is on the horizon or anything. And he apparently also does music videos, and it's her birthday, so instead of spending the time with her, he has to go and make sure everything is good for this video shoot. And of course the homeboys are going to be there, and yeah, it seems as if the relationship is slightly one-sided. Now, he seems to be, you know, a good father and wants to be in his child's life, but as far as their relationship is concerned, I'm not sure I was feeling the love amongst the two of them. I'm just not sure I was. She says they've been through drama. She also helped him get his music career on point. And, you know, I just kind of feel like, I don't know how I'm going to feel about this Shay Mack Made Man situation. So she called Shekinah to come over, and she says that, you know, they went hard. Talking about Sierra and Shay went hard on her and Tokyo when they was over there working out. And Shay is like, I wasn't trying to pressure you. I just wanted you to, you know, take it seriously and realize that it hurts for everybody at the beginning. And she kind of like, but it hurt. Nobody, but it hurt. I said, but it hurts. And I'm like, girl, it hurt for every fucking body. My body hurt right now. I worked out this morning, goddamn Kiara Lachey whooping my ass with popping and then in burpees. Popping and then burpees. You would not know how hard that shit is. I almost passed out a couple of times, but you know what? I finished. Okay? I finished. You gotta be serious about it. You gotta be serious about it. You gotta get into the habit. And if you don't start, it'll never not be hard. So you gotta start and you gotta do it. You know what I mean? But anyway, Shay is hoping that her DJing for Tokyo's little release party for her crayon case stuff, she's hoping that that will kind of smooth things over with the two of them. And plus, Shay Mack is ready to go back to work, all right? She is tired of depending on Made Man for money, all right? I think they might be struggling just a little teensy bit or whatever like that. So she ready to go back to work because she don't like depending on nobody for the bread, okay? So Spice, y'all, I need to set some things straight, okay? And then I'm gonna go ahead and get into the Spice situation. The last time we talked about Spice, I was exasperated with the fact that this is still an issue of people telling dark-skinned women, girls, children, men, whatever, telling dark-skinned people that something is wrong with them and they need to change that. I was tired of that. So I believe that my angst about the situation may have come off wrong to some of y'all. Let me just go ahead and list a few things. First of all, I have said many times on my channel, and I'm sure that most of you who made some of those comments, this wasn't the first time you watched me, okay? But I have said many times in many videos that I feel like, so to speak, the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I have been raised and had the mindset to show as much love as I can to dark-skinned people because I have seen the way they are treated in society. It annoys me when people come at me like I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about just because they don't like the fact that I said that we're all black at the end of the day. When I say that, that is because Spice seems to believe that lighter complected black people have privilege of some sort. And being treated less fucked up is not privilege. White is privilege. Passing as white is privilege. And what I want a lot of my dark-skinned sisters who feel that way to understand is that I am not light-skinned as far as New Orleans standards are concerned. I might be light-skinned to some of you. I don't consider myself dark-skinned, okay? But at the same time, I'm a brown girl. Proud to be it and would not be upset if I was darker. I have been with darker men, so it was a possibility that I could have had a darker coat. It's still a possibility. I have dark-skinned people in my family, and it doesn't work like, oh, the baby just look like what the two parents look like. It don't work like that. So there's still a possibility my baby can come out dark, okay? With both of our parents being dark. But I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd be proud. I'd be happy in my beautiful little chocolate baby. And I would tell her she was gorgeous every fucking day that she woke up breathing. I'd tell her how gorgeous she was. Because I would never want her to feel less than. Because society got a fucked up idea that the people with the most pigmentation and the least, likelihood of getting skin cancer under the sun is somehow less attractive. That's bullshit to me. I don't subscribe to it. I don't believe in it. And I definitely don't feel like Spice or any other dark-skinned person should bleach their skin. What annoys me is how, because somebody says don't bleach your skin, you're being told that you don't understand. So what would you like for people to say? Go ahead, bleach your skin. Do it. Look fucking crazy. Put yourself through that. Put yourself in harm's way to permanently change your skin tone. Getting titties in, getting weave done, getting hair straightened, all of that are slight examples of changing things about yourself that you may not necessarily feel comfortable with, okay? But at the end of the day, I can cut all my permed hair off and the shit will come back natural. I cannot grow back my skin. Permanent change like that represents something being wrong on the inside. I don't care what anybody says. Somebody that bleaches their skin to the extent that Spice is talking about, something is wrong on the inside. I just was watching the Tori Norton on Uncensored, and she kind of insinuated, and I believe this may be true, that the reason why Lil Kim was not happy about her playing Lil Kim in a Notorious movie is because Notorious dark skin, and for some reason Lil Kim feels as if she wasn't that dark back then, even though she was. Okay? So I'm just saying, I understand it, y'all. I see it. I understand that you get treated differently. But I also understand that light-skinned women and light-skinned people have their own plight. Just because you have a plight does not mean that everybody else does not have something that makes them feel less than, that makes them feel ostracized from a large group of people. Okay? Like, when I was growing up, I had a friend who was lighter complected with long wavy hair. Okay? Totally different from me. So I knew that the boys, when we were in school, were going to be more attracted to her than me because I wasn't light-skinned with long, wavy hair like my friend had, okay? So to tell me that I don't understand something because I'm not as dark as you would like for me to be in order for me to have, the understanding of this, I think that is so dismissive of other black people's experiences just because you've noticed that you've gotten treated worse. Don't dismiss the way the rest of us have been made to feel that we shouldn't be who we are. Like, that's all I'm saying. And I also don't like how much people try to separate us. Like, oh, you don't understand because you dark-skinned, so that means that I can't fuck with you, as if dark-skinned people did not have their negative reactions to light-skinned people for not being dark enough. So just like light-skinned people have issues where they feel like they weren't black enough, but then they're not white enough. And then dark-skinned people feel like, well, I'm not light enough. Nobody gets to measure my blackness, and especially not based off of my skin tone. Some people's experiences are worse than others. Okay? Because I know chocolate girls, dark-skinned girls who've never experienced negativity towards their skin. And I know light-skinned girls who have. So everything is subjective at the end of the day, but I'm not dismissing anybody's experience because I do see it. I'm not ignoring it. But bleaching skin ain't the fucking answer. Period. Okay? Now let's move on. Spice went to talk to Jock because she wants to talk about Black Hypocrisy, her song, and everything she's going through with this skin bleaching situation on his radio show. Now, of course, Jock has paused because, he don't know how you feel about that. But he tells her if she feel like it's going to, fix the world, if she feel like it's going to do some good out there, then go ahead and do what she got to do. But make sure she cross her T's and dot her I's so she don't be out here looking like a fool. And I'm sorry, but to me, even though the conversation came up, this is not the first time the conversation has come up. We've talked about colorism all kind of ways. I just finished watching a video from one of them pretty black girls who do makeup on YouTube. I forgot the girl name. But anyway, she was talking about how I can say it. She was saying how Fashion Nova, she didn't say the name, I'ma say the name. Y'all can't, what the fuck y'all gonna do to me? Okay? I done looked at y'all fucking Instagram page too, and you'll see like 100 different biracial, light-skinned Latino, bitches that all kind of be in the same skin tone range, and then you see one dark-skinned girl. You know what I'm saying? So that's not the first time this conversation has come up. Colorism constantly comes up at times when it arises. So the fact that Spice felt like this was the only way people were going to discuss this, I feel like that's ridiculous. But I also understand that in Jamaica, they're not as progressed as we are with how we feel about skin bleaching. Was that fuck that, don't do that. Now there's some of us obviously that still want to get on that roll and feel like that makes them look better. I mean, I guess. I personally feel like if Lil' Kim would have never fucked with her skin tone, her facial features, her body, she would probably look exactly the same 25 years later. But hey, if you want to look like an Asian lady squeezing out of all of her fucking clothes, Lil' Kim, as much as I love you, bitch, go ahead and do you. I ain't got time to argue with you about it. Okay? But Spice says she won't talk about it and, whatever, fine. Scrap, Jock and Kirk go to do go-karts. And what ends up happening is they have conversations about what's going on in their lives, all right? First, Jock has to talk about Kendra and how she wants him to profess his love for her at Carly Rae's engagement party. Scrap feels like he's been lied to because he didn't know nothing about this woman. Okay, I feel like I've been lied to out this motherfucker. Jock says that there was some overlap with Kendra and Carly, which is why he does not want to bring Kendra around Carly. Because we all know that Carly is going to put his ass on blast in one way or another. The bitch will cough it out. We fucked. Y'all was together. You know what I'm saying? She'll do some shit like that. All right? And that's what Kirk and Scrappy tell him. He might as well keep it 1,000 with Kendra because Carly ain't going to let that be what it is. Okay? So then Scrap asked about Rashida and Jasmine's relationship. What's going on with that? Kirk says that, you know, Jasmine over there and we integrating the baby into our lives. That's what we doing. But it's hard. It's hard to make Cannon a part of already, you know, already established family. Kirk feels like Jasmine isn't as present as she should be. Because every time Kelsey goes to pick up the baby, it's at Jasmine's mom's house. And I'm like, so you mean the person who ain't been in his son's life for his first 2 years of life, who is just now sending his eldest daughter to facilitate, okay, has something to say about somebody's mothering skills. Y'all, I could not believe that shit. Now, granted, my mama told me that I jumped down off the bed and went to go use the bathroom by myself a week before I made one, okay? And after that, you know, I don't think there were pull-ups like talking about it. But you know, and I don't even think I peed in the bed that many times. Like, I was really like, okay, we peeing in the toilet, that's what it is. Okay, but everybody ain't the same. Every baby is different. And we know how boys can sometimes be slower at figuring shit out than girls. Amazing that they try to make us seem like we're the lesser species mentally. Like, it's hilarious to me. It's also hilarious to me that Kirk has anything to say, seeing as though he has not been in that child's life like that, and he has not been present at least enough to be the one to go pick the damn baby up on his own without the assistance of his daughter. Okay? Scrap tells him that he needs to handle that situation like he would if it was one of his kids by Rashida, which I do feel like is good advice, but slow your roll because that's not his place to talk to her about her mothering, okay? Jock then tells them about Spice and what she's trying to do and shows them a picture of her Photoshop looking white and shit. And Kirk understands because he's dark-skinned and he feels like he's dealt with it. And then Jock poses the question, would they have smashed Spice if she was light or dark? And it seems as if they were leaning to the, you know, well, Jock was leaning so he would smash if she was light, but then he says he would if she was light or dark. And I'm like, y'all acting like her bleaching her skin is going to turn into Shekinah's color or something. Like it's going to actually have the correct coloration to the skin. Like, have you seen Sammy Sosa? He doesn't look like a white person. He looks like somebody that bleached his skin and now looks like a pink thumb or some shit like that. Like, it's, you know, with splotches. It's not an even skin tone. It's not a pretty skin tone. It just looks ashy. It looks ashy, and I don't understand why anybody would think that that was superior to their beautiful melanated chocolate skin. But I guess if people tell you that without you having people to tell you the opposite, you'll believe it. And I want everybody out there, every dark-skinned girl who listening to me right now, to know that you are beautiful. And that shit is ridiculous. And that's some bullshit that they have brainwashed us with for us to feel like lighter means better. That is not true. I've said it before. I've seen some ugly fucking light-skinned people and some ugly fucking white people. Okay? So obviously skin tone does not make beauty. Okay? Now let's go ahead and move on. Jock, you ain't shit. All right. Tokyo rolls up on the girls after they finish their workout. She said they could have missed her with that shit, but she'll meet them up at the smoothie bar. That's more her speed, okay? Off rip, they get into it, all right? Because Tokyo ain't about to just let Sierra ignore her the way she's trying to. And Tokyo says that Sierra came to her house telling her about what to eat, calling her fat, And we know Ciara did not call Tokyo fat. Ciara said, I was just trying to get you to realize you have to be serious about this weight loss journey. You in there, you know, eating all of this food you shouldn't be eating. And Tokyo like, bitch, if I won't eat fried chicken and pasta, bitch, that's what the fuck I'm gonna eat. Okay? And Ciara said she kicked me out her place, and Shekinah and Shay Mack are like, why you kicked her out your place? Oh, I ain't coming over there no more. And I'm like, Shekinah, Shay just a little bit, but Shekinah especially, bitch, you instigating. Please stop. And then when Tokyo won't walk off because she didn't have enough of this shit, bitch, I'm out here, then, you know, oh no, don't go. Stop instigating then. Stop fucking instigating. I told y'all last time that I felt like Ciara did a little bit too much. I didn't vocalize it. I actually put it in a screen title or whatever. Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all had to read this shit, all right? But I feel like Ciara went at Tokyo the wrong way about it. There is a way to handle people, but I also feel like no matter how Ciara came at Tokyo, Tokyo's response was going to be the same, because Tokyo wants to do what she wants to do. She may want to lose weight, but she does not want to have to give up certain type of foods to do that. She doesn't want to overexert herself working out to do that. So at this point, it's like either you want it or you don't want it, but stop bullshitting with us and yourself about it if you're not really going to take the proper steps to do the right thing. Cut out all the fucking sugar. Cut out all the fried food, bitch. Grill that chicken, all right, and put it over some spinach spaghetti or some shit like that. You gotta start working it the fuck out, bitch. You know, only eat your fried chicken once a month. Okay? You know, try to cut down. You gotta start, you know, monitoring what you eating so you could be healthy in 20 years instead of having all of these issues like you may have. Tokyo ain't trying to hear none of this shit, so she storms off again. So she says that her baby was screaming for Made Man, whatever this nigga name is. I'm like, I wish you would give us this nigga real name. What his name is? Tommy? What his name is? Michael? Nigga name probably Rashawn. Something regular. So, yeah, it's a frap. I needed some caffeine to get through these 2 videos today, bitch. Okay? But she takes the baby down to the video shoot that he's doing so he can see his baby, and he's working, he's doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. It ain't no fuck shit involved, but Shay Mack wants him to work with Tokyo, and Tokyo says she will work with him, so she's trying to hook that up. And she also lets him know that she is about to take a job at a club DJing, and she needs him to help her and work with her when it comes to the baby. She's probably gonna be working from, you know, 11 to 3, and she's gonna need help. And he says they will work it out. She's been inside long enough. She has paid her dues and helped him out with his shit and all of this. I'm like, why it sound like he giving her permission? But look, whatever the language gotta sound like, they gonna work it out. And I'm glad for that, because I feel like no woman should have to put her dreams to the side so a man doesn't have to do his part when it comes to the home. Just saying. So Kurt goes over to Jasmine's mom to see how his son is being raised, all right? So he says he is worried about how much partying Jasmine is doing. You know, he's gotten texts with her saying she's going, you know, clubbing, and she needs him to watch the baby. And I'm like, the way you don't have your baby every day, when she do call you, this should not be an issue. And it definitely shouldn't be something you're using against her to prove that she's a bad mother. But like a stupid, you know, nigga that he is, he expected that her mom and grandmom weren't gonna call her, and here she come walking in, all right? And then he brings up Kelsey texting him saying, oh, you gotta come get the baby because Jasmine is going out of town, going to LA to go to the club or go party or some shit like that. And he needed to take the baby. And Jasmine said that happened one time. You haven't been around for any of my baby's birthdays. You haven't been around for the holidays, but you showing the fuck love, posting on Thanksgiving about how family is first. Okay, Jasmine says that she wants him to worry about spending more time with Cannon. He says that he spends a lot of money on Cannon. I'm like, nigga, I hope you know that money and time are not the same thing. The look that the mama made just told it all. Like, if this nigga don't get the fuck out my face with that, okay? Mom is getting upset, okay? He's just, I'm sorry, y'all. Kirk is a whole asshole out here. And Jasmine wants to know, are these questions coming from him, or are they coming from Rashida? Because she believes the reason why he tiptoes around being there for Cannon is because of Rashida. And Rashida may not be doing that directly, but Kirk feels like he has to do that in order to keep Rashida happy. At the end of the day, I don't understand why you can't have direct contact, direct communication with your baby mama. You was not ashamed of having contact with Jasmine when you laid down with her with no protection and fucked all up on her and gave her a baby. You didn't care about it then. But now that everything is out on the table and you have to man up and take care of this outside child you didn't had, you want to sit up here and act like you can't have, you know, she can't have your phone number and all of this type of shit. Like, I don't like that. He does not want Jasmine to have his phone number. So that is why everybody has to communicate through Kelsey, through his child, who shouldn't even have to do that. And to me, as much as I respect Rashida, it seems as if the only way Kirk is going to act right and handle things appropriately is when Rashida's feelings get involved with that child, and then she has to have those conversations with Jasmine. Like, I don't know why it feels that way, but it feels like Kirk will never be able to handle this situation on his own appropriately. It will always have to be done through somebody else, and I think that person will eventually end up being Rashida. So y'all, Mama D and Cece go and have lunch together so that they can make peace. All right, the baby is coming. The Bam and Scrappy are at the hospital, and they are just stopping to get something to eat so that they can put their bullshit aside because their grandbaby is about to come into the world. Okay, and that's exactly what they do. They put it all aside and say that, you know, for the sake of the baby, they're going to apologize. They're happy about this new life, and that's what everybody's gonna focus on. So Mimi says, now that I've handled my personal business with Faith and Stevie, now I can handle this friendship business with Spice. I wasn't happy with the way that we left things, so I decided to ask her to meet me at the Museum of African Americans, something, African American history, y'all. I'm fucking up, but y'all got me, okay? So first, Mimi apologizes for any and everything that happened the last time they talked to one another. And Spice apologizes as well. She wants to be able to, I'm fucking it up, so I'm not even gonna try. I want to. My mouth is feeling like it wants to do Spice, but I don't wanna fuck it up. But Spice wants to be able to have this conversation and express herself clearly and calmly so that Mimi will understand. So they take a walk, and Mimi is explaining the history of this area of Atlanta, where Martin Luther King and her mom and a lot of other people marched so that African American people could have civil rights and also be proud of their blackness, okay? Then they go into the museum. It's Madam C.J. Walker's museum. They talk about how she actually did not invent the hot comb, but she invented the version for black women with the teeth being slightly further apart so that it will go through Negro hair. And Spice brings up this point when the man is explaining everything to them, that also they were trying to look white. So she sees the straightening of the hair as the same thing as bleaching her skin. And I think the miscommunication, and I believe that I also have this issue of not understanding completely where Spice is coming from because of the difference in the way Jamaicans are bred up and the way that Americans are bred up. We had civil rights. We had all of these different events that took place that gave us pride and made our skin being black a positive for us enough in our culture that that is not something we see as an accessory. We don't see that as something that we do, okay? Like, not like that. Yes, you have bleaching cream because you might have hyperpigmentation from acne marks or, you know, whatever. Liver splashes, bitch, who knows, okay? Like, we've always used bleaching cream, but not to bleach our entire epidermis, not to become lighter complected, but to become one complexion, okay? If that. All right, so I just want to say I understand the history of bleaching creams. I'm not ignorant of any of this. I was, however, ignorant of what the mindset is for people in Jamaica. And I've heard people say they don't see it the same way. But it wasn't until the man said, oh, it's like an accessory to them, that I understood they don't understand the gravity of that the way black people do. See, black people had to grow up with other white people. Jamaicans just had to deal with themselves. And I think that the negativity of the outside world as it pertains to colorism is really sunk into their experience. In America, I believe, because we've had to have these fights so often with white people, and also the standard of beauty, we've had to have these fights. So we've been able to, I guess I feel like, kind of rise above it a little bit. Not completely, obviously, because it's still an issue, because a lot of dark-skinned people feel that they're treated differently. They feel that they are less attractive in the eyes of everyone in the world, even though that's not true at all. Okay, it's not true. It is true that they are treated that way. It is not true that they are less attractive. Maybe I need to, say that clearly so y'all can understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying the experience didn't happen. I'm saying that the reasoning behind the experience is total and complete bullshit, and it was built to separate us, which is exactly what it does, okay? In slavery, they had the house nigga and the field nigga. Field nigga was darker, house nigga was lighter. But the house nigga also probably got raped more than the field nigga, even though the field nigga had to work more and probably was whipped more in the back than the house nigga. And that's why I was saying everybody has their struggle. But it doesn't mean that light-skinned people's struggle isn't serious, or dark-skinned people's struggle isn't serious. It's just sometimes slightly different. But at the end of the day, why I say we are all black is because even if you are my tone, you have been made to feel like your black skin is a issue. Your black skin is something being held against you. Your black skin is contributing to people seeing you in a negative, aggressive, older than you are way. Period. That's all, y'all. I just really wanted to clarify, y'all, and to further talk about this, because it's not like it's not a conversation that needs to be had. Definitely. But I also don't want people to feel like I feel that way, or that we should feel that way, or that we should ignore all of the beautiful dark-skinned women who are famous and standards of beauty in our culture. Like Naomi Campbell ain't never been nobody's ugly. Okay, like I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Maybe in school and kids can be mean and they say stupid shit based off of the dumb shit their parents say, yes. But I feel like in America, we have tried to make strides in our community with showing people that my black is beautiful, okay? And all of those other examples, we really try to advertise that in a way that helps people change their minds about skin tone, which is why we perceive it differently than people in Jamaica who don't have that same thing. So I get it. Her experience is different, and I understand that, but I also want to say once again, bleaching is not the answer. So they go on, to have an argument, of course, because, Mimi is like, let's just take this outside. And she's like, I'm trying to explain to you what we went through, and my mom marched these streets. I know what it is to be black and be proud of being black. I ain't never been nothing but black. And I understand Mimi's point of view, but I also feel like Mimi needs to validate Spice's feelings. She needs to say, yes, people are ignorant. People are stupid. They say terrible things, but those terrible things are not true. And you should not change yourself to conform to that. She is saying that, but she's so angry that Spice even wants to do that. It's not coming off in a way that I think Spice can really understand. But I also feel like Spice is so blinded by making this a storyline for herself. She is going to push it to the limits in order to make this statement. And I just kind of felt like it kind of fell flat to me. Now the bam goes into labor, and Scrappy is so cute and excited and happy about this baby coming. I'm so happy for them. They had a little boy named Breland. It's Scrappy's first little boy, so he's excited. Everybody's happy. Bambi looks beautiful. It was beautiful to watch them have that baby. So y'all, Mimi goes to press so that she and Rashida can talk about this situation with Spice, all right? And before they watch this live that Spice is scheduled to do, they talk about, you know, how Rashida feels about Kirk and the Jasmine situation. She ain't had to deal with her, but Kirk need to get that baby, you know, situation together, and he need to communicate and do what he say he gonna do, and say what he, you know, all this shit. Y'all know what I'm saying. Do what the fuck you say you gonna do. All right, this video going on too long. And finally, Spice's thing comes up, and everybody's watching it. And Tokyo said, oh, bitch, maybe I've been out the loop for a minute, but when the fuck did Spice turn white? She said, now we almost beat the shit out of Freddy Krueger in a club, and I thought we both agreed that she didn't need to change her look. So I'm baffled, bitch. I'm like, bitch, we all baffled, okay? She's on the live doing an interview with the white makeup on, talking about how she needed to do this to show people that this is what they forced her to, this is what they pushed her to. You can tell she has makeup on, but everybody is upset and aghast and taken aback and don't know what to think and think she done lost her damn mind, and it's just a hot ass mess. We are having these conversations. We just wasn't having them on Love and Hip Hop. And I'm not sure that I'm happy about the fact that they're having this conversation on Love and Hip Hop. I come here for my light bullshit. Why do we have to go this deep down the rabbit hole where I'm gonna have to curse people out and block them and shit for coming at me sideways over this serious ass touchy topic? Fuck. Okay? Look, that's just how I feel. Tokyo blames these niggas, by the way. She say it's these niggas' fault because they favor light-skinned women and make dark-skinned women feel like don't nobody want them. And I agree with that as well. I do think that they, you know, just like when the Kodak Blacks of the world, like somebody want his fucking ass anyway. But there are men that come out and say things like they don't like darker-skinned women. They want their women light and all of this shit. And I feel like fuck all them self-hating ass niggas. Jump off a bridge, bitch. That's how I feel about it. But anyway, I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this review. I hope there was some understanding. I hope there wasn't any anger. I hope I came off the way I was trying to, because Lord knows somebody's still gonna misunderstand me, and it's gonna be whatever it's gonna be. But I love y'all. I did this. I don't want to talk about this shit no more. I'll see y'all in TI and Tiny Family Hustle if I see y'all over there. If not, I don't know if I'll keep doing that one, but we'll see. And 911 will be up on Tuesday.